Hey, what's going on, guys? Battle Nations Emperor here, back today with another video. And today, guys, we have a very exciting episode. So, first off, if you haven't heard the news, I'll let you know we are officially no longer in the closed beta. Battle Nations is transitioning to a full release game, and what that means is the full release along with the free release on the App Store, Steam, Android Play Store, and all other supported platforms will be coming out very soon, and again launching on all platforms for free. It's going to be very exciting stuff. And along with that announcement, we got the reveal of the Diamond Tank. So about a month or so ago now, we reviewed the Plasma Mammoth, and it was in a reveal very similar to this one. And ironically enough, I mentioned that in that video, so I'll mention it here again. My very first two videos were discussing the Plasma Mammoth and the Diamond Tank. So these are two subjects very near and dear to me. And I think for the initial Plasma Mammoth video, I just used a random plasma photo, like some random animation from a game. This, however, I just used a diamond chain for the initial Diamond Tank because it was very hard to find a diamond encrusted tank image on Google. Well, that time is far past us now. As you can see, we have one. And let me tell you, from the dozens of fakies we had, everything from people trying to take their genuine crack at it to people just retexturing the old gold tank to make it, blue and saying that's what it was going to be. Thankfully, we didn't get any of that. We got an incredibly well-designed, good-looking diamond tank. Because seriously, this thing looks very good. I said previously, and I kind of stood by it, as long as we got even something kind of special, I'd be happy with it. I just really didn't want it to be a heavy tank recolored. I thought that would be super uncool, considering, what the people paid to get this bad boy. So I'm really glad it got its own design. And I do want to point out, just for anybody curious, you can still get the Plasma and Diamond Tank right now. Both are still available, but this is the last month. I want to say either May or June, because it's the last month coming up, and I'll throw it up on screen right here, and you can see it right here. But point being is, your last chance to get a Diamond Tank or Plasma Tank is coming up. So if you want one, please, by all means, get it below. Not only would you be getting this, you'll be getting nanopods in the game once it launches. You'll also be getting some limited edition profile pictures. So, for your little character, they'll have their own unique banner. That'll be pretty freaking cool. So just stuff like that. And again, you can find all of that and more on Madrona Games Patreon. Just wanted to let you know that it is closing soon now that the game is switching out from closed beta. And yeah, let's talk about this design. So I really like the kind of Arctic feel it has, because I'm not sure about you guys, but ever since I laid eyes on this guy, one, I was hyped because it's a unique design. It's a brand new Battle Nations character, but also it looks really freaking good. It looks gives me this really Eskimo Arctic vibe. I guess because I don't know why, but the dome kind of looks like an igloo to me. But the sparkles really sell it for me that it's diamond. So I really do like it. I think it looks pretty freaking cool. Again, I'm not, the only thing I will say I'm kind of iffy on is I hope it's big in the game. So I hope you slap this bad boy down and it's like the size of a freaking mega tank. Like, I want this guy to be massive. That's my only concern here, because he does look a little bit smaller here. I'll go ahead and throw up the Plasma Mammoth, at least the Plasma Mammoth in my opinion, especially with those tusks. It showed that it was going to be a big unit. So, if this guy, if you had this guy, it was going to be a massive, cool looking unit, kind of like the Legendary Mammoth, so it made sense. But this guy right here, there are small tanks, there are big tanks, there are all sorts of tanks in Battle Nations. So I could see this guy being any size they decide to give him. Me personally, though, I really hope he comes out on the bigger side, because while this design looks fantastic, I want him to be a big beefy. I want him to look big. So I'm hoping he's big. That's my only complaint. But other than that, his design is flawless. I love the tusk of his gun. I love the little Arctic shells he's got on his top. And again, the little glisters on the stone really sell the diamond aspect for me. You can also really see it on his backside as well. So again, a beautiful unit. Very much looking forward to getting this bad boy. Again, he's actually the better, because the Plasma Mammoth, you got to be thankfully, unfortunately, however you want to see it, you got to be a big spender to get the Plasma Mammoth. It's $300, and whether that's, fortunate, a good thing, bad thing in your opinion, is what it is, but you do have to blow 300 big ones to get the Plasma Mammoth. This Diamond Tank, he's a little bit more reasonable, if you want to call it that. He is only $50 on the Patreon, and again, Not to get the merchandise, you had to do that for 4 months, and that time has passed as they're now shipping out merchandise. But if you just want in-game units, it's just a one-time purchase. You can then cancel your subscription. But just to get them, you do have to subscribe to them for 1 month. And yeah, that Plasma Mammoth, he's a bit tougher at $300, but the Diamond Tank, a little bit more reasonable at $50. And then, of course, you have it forever. Me personally, I love these games. Both those are good deals to me. If you consider that a good deal, bad deal, completely depends on your personal financial situation and how much you value a limited edition Battle Nations unit, which is completely a personal decision that I can't dictate, to you. That's just going to be your own personal decision. So whatever it's worth to you, whether that changes from making it a great deal to one of the worst deals of all time. Completely personal. But yeah, as far as how powerful I think this guy will be, so, that's going to be the hardest thing to debate here, because everything we've been talking about so far has more just been like, do we like how he looks, stuff like that. Now it comes down to his ability. I'm going to say, I think the Plasma Mammoth's definitely going to be stronger, obviously, being like 6 times the price and following the shoes of the legendary Mammoth. This guy, however, well, I hope he's stronger than a mini tank. Like, I know that's a super low bar to set, but let's say that there. Heavy tank probably would be as bad. I would hope stronger, honestly. Heck, I hope he's stronger than a super tank. And maybe he can even 1v1 with the mega tank. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I hope he's stronger than the mega tank. I felt a little bit more uncomfortable saying that, but as I talked myself more and more into it, it's a limited edition unit. It's for the Patreon people who have supported the game this entire way financially and before it even launched. These units should not only be trophy units, I feel they should be good to an extent. And whether or not you want to ban them from multiplayer, limit them to only players who have them, to each other, however you want to play that, I feel though these units should be somewhat good. They look amazing. I'm so glad they nailed the designs. I just hope they nail them in-game too. With that being said, I want my Diamond Tank to be high up. I personally want to be as strong as a Mega Tank. If it isn't, that's perfectly fine. At least make it somewhat as strong or even stronger than a Heavy Tank. That was kind of the basis of what we wanted it to look like before we even got the design. It far outpassed it with this beautiful, unique, crystal-looking design. So the only question we now have is, we want it to look better than a Heavy Tank. Now we hope its stats are better than a Heavy Tank. And I think it can easily do that. I think that just chooses how Madrona Games wants to play it. And I think they'll let us have a little bit strong of a one. I hope so, at least. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think on that. Heck, let me know in the comments down below whatever you guys think. Do you guys like the look of this guy? Are you guys hyped for the full release of Battle Nations? Do you want this guy to be super strong, super weak, just a trophy unit and a weak guy? Or do you want him to have some power behind him for, the $50 people, paid to get him? Let me know in the comments down below. But with all that being said, that will just about do it for us today, guys. It's getting there, this journey's coming to an end. It's been a freaking crazy one. I've loved every last second of it. But, the beta days, the pre-launch Battle Nation days are coming to an end. And we're about to have just full-blown Battle Nations. It's truly incredible, and it's been quite the journey. I've been very grateful to be able to walk along this path with all of you. So yeah, as we watch it come up, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this one. What do you think of the Diamond Tank? Stat-wise, look-wise, feel-wise, and, whether or not you are going to buy one, if you've bought one already, if you think it's a stupid purchase, if you think it's a great purchase, just any of your Battle Nations comments, Diamond Tank comments down below, perfectly welcomed as long as they're, reasonably well-mannered. Anything goes. And yeah, that will do it for us today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider dropping a like down below and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And thank you very much for watching and following the development and journey of Battle Nations. And with all that being said, that will actually do it for us today, guys. Whew. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, have a great rest of your day.